big man! Oh, it's pretty! It's so pretty!
Could Milwaukee finally pick up its first win of the season? Could Dallas keep on rolling? And could the league finally have its first player to 400 points? Stick around and find out. This is MASL Primetime. What's up, everyone? I'm Alex Bastiavansky. Great to see you again. You know, heading into week 7 of MASL action, by far the biggest shock to the system, if you were to take a look at the standings, was the big fat 0 in the win column next to the Milwaukee Wave. Through 5 games, the perennial MASL power had just a single point from an overtime loss. So this from a squad that boasts reigning league MVP Ian Bennett. How the heck was this even possible? The Wave was searching for answers, and they finally got some against Chihuahua last weekend. The Savage had played just 2 games so far this season, so it has been tough for them to get any momentum going, and they fall behind in the first quarter.
In those 3, takeaway, Steinwasser coming in, Javi centers on the play, and eventually put in by Gordy Gerson. And Milwaukee grabs the lead.
And the Wave would keep that lead into the second quarter. Victor Rodriguez evens it up here. Bad luck for Matt Perella, off the post, off his back and in. But the Wave hit back. 42 seconds later, Marcio Lete crushing it just inside the far post. The home side back up 2-1. They went on a run after that. And of course, Ian Bennett just had to get involved. The reigning league MVP, getting his first of 2 on the day. And then it's Javier Steinwasser showing off the feathery little touch, a cheeky little flick over the keeper there. And then in the second half, another beauty.
Here's Sir Alex off the inboard in front. Hoffman shot the goal. Oh, that was superbly executed.
And the Savage tried to claw back. Adrian Miller smashing it home, and he was pregnant with joy. But ultimately, it's the Wave picking up their first win of the season. Finally, afterwards, Ian Bennett was obviously one happy man.
I wanted to do anything we had to do to get this win. If I had to play more defensively, it's a huge team win, man. I think, honestly, the home crowd, they deserve better, and we finally got the big dub.
Yes, they did. Baltimore was in Dallas to take on the Red Hot Sidekicks, and Big D draws first blood. Jamie Lovegrove, our guest on the show later today. He makes it 1-zip Sidekicks. Second quarter, Jonatas Mello ties it off a weird one. Off the bar, and take another look. Seriously, off the bar, off Juan Gamboa's foot, who's like, seriously? The green and white hit back, though. Lovegrove over to Mike Jones, and Mr. Jones makes it a 2-1 game. They would go up by a deuce. Luis Morales hits Felipe de Souza, who hits the back of the net. Sidekicks led 3-1 at the half. Just after the break, though, the Blast come back with a beauty. Max Ferdinand, the Jeremy Rayleigh. Baltimore pulls to within 1, but then...
Power play. Pedro off the boards. Lovegrove. Good! Good! Again, Jamie Lovegrove.
Lovegrove just continues to kill it. The Sidekicks would go up 5-2 when Baltimore mounts a comeback. Tony Donatelli pulls them to within 1. That is as close as they would get on the day, though, as Dallas pulls off the big win. And Jamie Lovegrove couldn't speak highly enough of his team's performance on the day.
We show that we can compete with teams of that caliber. It's in our minds, and we just got to be stronger from start to the finish. And hey, we can put performances like that. Bring on Milwaukee on Sunday.
Yeah, wait till you see that game later in the show. First, though, Ontario was hosting San Diego, and before the game, the Fury had a touching tribute to former player Joseph Kyrell, who tragically passed away in a boating accident in the summer of 2020. They presented a framed game jersey to his family. Number 91 will never be forgotten. Once things got underway, though, San Diego jumping out to the early lead. Craig Childs jumping on the juicy rebound, and then Tavoy Morgan corrals the turnover and punishes the back of the net. 2-zip Sockers. Second quarter up by 3 now. They make it 4. Morgan from Childs. Sockers cruising, and they weren't even close to being done. Morgan nabbing his hat trick. 5-0 San Diego. Finally, though, Ontario does get on the board.
De Leon with a shot. Boom! Golazo!
Jorge De Leon with the strike. The Frank Taiyu watch. He entered the game needing just 2 points to be the first to 400 regular season points. He gets one. It ain't pretty, but it counts. Alas, that was his only point of the day, leaving him 1 point short of 400, and the Fury will well short overall in this one. They get pumped 7-2. Okay, top 5 points before we go to break. Gibson on top, followed closely now Pereira, Bennett, NDI, all tied with 19 points, and Victor Pereira's of Florida rounding it out with 17 so far. Hey, welcome back to Primetime, everyone. You know, we haven't had a chance to talk much about the Chihuahua Savage this season, but I swear we're not ignoring them. The Savage had played only twice heading into week 7 of action. Now, the MASL's newest team is the only squad located south of the border this season, and they're loaded with Mexican stars that would normally be spread between multiple teams. But that being said, as a new squad, they need time to gel. And they were looking for their first win when they faced off against St. Louis on Sunday. The Savage were coming off a 7-5 loss to Milwaukee on Friday night, and it wasn't going to get any easier against the ambush.
Barry gets back to disrupt him. Cañas juggling with it in that far corner. Oh, unicycle goal from Hugo Puentes.
Puentes with the acrobatics to get the Savage off to a good start, but then some passing perfection by the ambush. Tristan Austin to William Esque, and it was all knotted up at 1 apiece. 8 minutes later, Nico Caritas crushing the second chance past the keeper. St. Louis up 2-1. Back come the Savage, though. Brian Macias just manages to tuck it inside the post. 2-2 after the first quarter. Jorge Rios puts Chihuahua up 3-2 in the second, and we skip to the fourth now. Savage leading 5-4 when Robert Cristo gets acrobatic on the celebration. He ties it up 5-5. Tied 6-6, Vadim Kojakov fights off his man, gives the ambush a lead they would never relinquish again. Huge win for St. Louis. They hold off the Savage, and they take this one by a 10-7 final score. Okay, Harrisburg was not having fun last weekend as they had to face East-leading Florida twice. They do draw first blood, though, in the first game. Elton de Oliveira right through the wall to make it 1-0 for the Heat. Florida would go up 2-1, though, and then Zach Reggett slams it home to make it 3-1 for the Tropics. In the second half, Victor Pereira goes to work.
Trying to find space. Shot goal!
Captain, my captain. Pereiras has just been unreal for the Tropics this season. They kept on coming. Reggett feeds Breno Oliveira. He goes 5-hole. That makes it 6-1. They would add one more just for fun and waltz to the 7-1 win over Harrisburg. Okay, definitely one of the best games of the week right here. Dallas looking to stay red hot. They hosted Milwaukee. We pick it up in the fourth. Ian Bennett, the clinical finish there. That put the Wave up 5-3 in the fourth, leading 5-4. Now it's Bennett again at the side of the net, making it a 2-goal game. Cue the comeback. Felipe Silva finds the back of the net to pull Dallas within a single goal. And then, with just a $1:18 left, the sidekicks are awarded a penalty kick. Luis Morales bends Matt Perella into a pretzel, and man, oh man, they were pumped in Dallas. That set up the big finish.
Into the Silva. Watch the boards. Off the boards. Shot. Go! 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 And the sidekicks bench is going absolutely bonkers. 50 seconds to go.
The sidekicks were going bonkers. The crowd was going bonkers. Dallas has now won 5 of its last 6 after starting the season 0-3. Okay, off we go to the Battle of Missouri. Another great game. St. Louis hosting Kansas City. We pick it up in the fourth quarter, tied 3-3. Vadim Kojakov puts the home side up by a goal. Here comes Casey, though, with back-to-back beauties. First, it's Rayleigh tattooing it top shelf to even it up 4-4. And then Ali Sodal, look at the moves here. Same shot, same result, top left corner. Oh man, Casey up 5-4. Another dramatic finish was on tap though. First, Mo Ndiaye levels the score at 5-5, and then Tony Walls spinning off the wall and smoking it past Nicolau Neto. That proved to be the game winner. Sweet, sweet revenge for St. Louis, who dropped their first 2 games of the season to their rivals.
Those first 2 games of the season, they put a bad taste in our mouth. So we definitely wanted some revenge, and we got it.
And just adding another chapter to the I-70 rivalry, which Ambush coach Jeff Locker says is always intense, but there's a lot of respect there as well.
Yeah, the whole I-70 thing is crazy here, and anytime you're gearing up for Kansas City, it's, everybody's level just takes it, we just take it to the next level, So we love Kansas City. The ownership group over there is great. The players are great.
Okay, in some news, it was announced last week Kansas City will play its January 22nd game against Tacoma downtown at T-Mobile Arena. It's the first time they'll be playing there in 10 years, and when the Comets faced Wichita 10 years ago, that game drew over 9,000 fans. Be part of the experience. KCComets.com for ticket info. And a quick look at the Gibson Taiyu chase for 400 MASL regular season points. Leo, 4 points away now. Frank just a single point away from 400. His next game, January 21st against Baltimore. That's going to be a great game, actually. And Leo, on the 22nd, will face the Tacoma Stars. Leo the legend, 4 points from 400 right now. Welcome back to Primetime, everyone. Joining me today for a chat is a man who has played a huge role in the resurgence of the Dallas Sidekicks this season.
Pedro off the boards. Lovegrove. Good! Jamie Lovegrove for the Dallas Sidekicks.
And Jamie Lovegrove was reacquired by the Dallas Sidekicks back on December 28th, and he has been incredible so far for the green and white. And he joins me now from Dallas, Texas. Jamie, thanks for taking the time. How you doing, man?
Everything's great. Thank you guys for having me. It's a pleasure to be on your TV show.
Well, it's great to have you on, man. And I say reacquired, of course, because your MASL career began with Dallas, and you've had stops in San Diego and Mesquite along the way. But how does it feel to be back in Big D once again?
Honestly, it feels really good to be back at home. And I think a couple of times in the broadcast of our games, the big reason why I'm back is because of my family. I have 2 little kids at home, 2 older kids, and they're walking out with me on the field, and my fiance's happy, and look, it's home. I've been here ever since I came over from England. This has been home for me, and I've never left. So, it feels good to be home.
Well, since you arrived, Jamie, the turnaround has just been absolutely stunning. After an 0-3 start to the season, you guys proceeded to win 3 straight games. Talk about the turnaround and just how well the guys have been playing recently.
Yeah, we've been doing really, really well. I think that we got into the first game against St. Louis when we played them at home. That was our first game back. And when I mention I'm talking about the veterans that returned. It was just a case of getting some experience in the group. Some of the young lads in our team right now, they're flying. It just takes that little bit of experience that I think that I bring, that Cody Ellis brings, and Cameron Brown brings back to the group. That's made us successful. It's not only me, it's a team game, and if I can get my goals and assists, I know we can win games.
Yeah, well, keeper Juan Gamboa has already been named the MASL's Defensive Player of the Week once so far this season. He's just been outstanding between the posts for you guys, hasn't he?
Gamboa is sensational. There's no 2 ways about it. Honestly, he's unreal. He really is. And again, we keep talking about how we've become successful, and mainly because of him. So it does start with him, and he is the important piece for us at the minute, and he's keeping us in games and giving us the opportunity to win games ourselves.
So Ricardino Cavalcante was named interim head coach of the Sidekicks back on December 22nd after that 0-3 start, of course, and he has played a huge role in the resurgence of the Sidekicks. Jamie, you know him very well from playing together with him. What's it been like having him as a head coach?
He's a player's head coach, 101, straight up. He lets us have our point of view. He obviously has the final say. And again, go back to this past weekend, we had a disagreement on the field, and I went straight into his room after the game. We had a chat about it, we fixed it, and he loves that. He loves personalities. He loves people's giving their side of the game because he has been a player. Not too long ago, he was still playing in the league. So, but he is one of the main reasons why we've had this turnaround. You know, he's hands-on when it needs to be. We look at it this way: we're 5-1 under Rico at this point. So, as long as we keep performing the way we're at, who knows where we're going to be come the end of the season.
Okay, unfortunately, Jamie, that's it. We've got to go to break, man. But thank you so much for taking the time today, and just keep up the great work in Dallas. It's been so much fun to watch the resurgence of the Sidekicks this season. Thanks again, man, and we'll chat soon.
Thank you guys so much for having me. It's been a pleasure, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Welcome back to Primetime, everyone. Last week, I had San Diego Soccer's broadcaster Craig Elston on the show, and I asked him which team he would pick as the most impressive so far this season. His answer, the Florida Tropics, and really, it's hard to argue that FLA has looked virtually unstoppable. Heading into its game against Harrisburg on Sunday, the Tropics had a stellar 6-1 record and league-leading plus 25 goal differential. So that being said, it would take a Herculean effort by the Heat to knock them off on Sunday. Florida had already spanked Harrisburg 7-1 on Friday night, so they were looking for a little revenge in this game. It wasn't to be on this day, though.
Ruggles this afternoon, and here's a steal maybe by Enrique, and a goal!
Not the start Harrisburg was looking for, just a $1.09 in, but another giveaway at the other end allows Harrisburg to get one back. Dom Francis makes it 1-1. In the second, though, Victor Pereiras, watch this, on his bike, and it's 2-1 for Florida, and 3 minutes later, it's Victor again, barred down. Beauty. Off the free kick. Fourth quarter, Tropics leading 5-1 when Francis notches his second of the day to make it 5-2. Florida just too much on this day. Anthony Arrico playing give and go with Ricardo Carvalho, and yeah, ugly weekend for Harrisburg. They get outscored 19-4 in 2 losses against the Tropics. Ouch. Kansas City headed west to take on the Tacoma Stars. Nick Pereira and his boys looking for the W, but already up 2-0. KC makes it 3. Lucas Souza there. The Stars mount a comeback, though, and Nick Pereira continues his torrid play. He ties it up 4-4, but the Comets build another huge lead. Leo Gibson crushing the one-timer bar down. A hat trick on the day for Leo. KC went up 8-4, at which point Tacoma again tried to claw back. Nick Pereira notching his second of the day to make it 8-5. Then with 6 attackers, Alex Caceres smashes home the beauty. They were within 2. They would get one more on the day, but that wasn't enough as the Comets hold on by the skin of their teeth. They take it 8-7. One more for you. Baltimore taking on struggling Utica City, and the Blues stumble out of the gate. Already down 1-0. Juan Pereira makes it 2. It was 3-zip in the second when Dominic Vitali hits pay dirt from distance. Beauty. They were on the board, and then Bo Yelovats threads it to Christian Segura, and they were feeling it within a single goal. And then finally, Quentin Swift, he gets them even, putting that one home. UCFC coming all the way back from 3-0 down. They were going nuts, but tied 4-4 in the fourth quarter. This is a backbreaker. Jeff Michaud. The shot, it deflects in off the torso of Jeremy Raley, and that just seemed to deflate Utica as the Blast ran the table from that point on. They take it 8-4. Okay, primetime players for the week. Mo Ndiaye of the St. Louis Ambush. How good of a pickup has he been in his first year with the Ambush? 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points in a single game. The win over KC, he now sits tied for second in MASL scoring, and it's a sweep for St. Louis as the defensive player of the week is Eduardo Pollo Cortez, who was just acquired from San Diego, and he was a rock star in Week 7. 2-0, 2 big wins over Kansas City and the Chihuahua Savage. Okay, plays of the week now.
It's another one away. McCauley got a piece of it. Rebound chip by Perez. Bicycle kick, goal!
Here's Sir Alex off the inboard in front. Hoffman shot the goal. Oh, that was superbly executed.
Ferdinand lays it off. Shot. Good. Good. Good.
He pushes launch. Gives to Lee with the left foot. He buries it top shelf. Wow, what a strike by Lee from just outside the arc.
Picked up. De Leon with a shot. Boom! Golazo!
Barry gets back to disrupt him. Kanyas juggling with it in that far corner. Oh! Unicycle goal from Hugo Puentes.
And a shot off the boards there. Good! Go, go, go. Guess who? Ian Bennett.
I'm sorry, his first of the half. Oh, and there is Casetas.
Touching back, SK.
Also punt.
Austin, gorgeous!
Digger hole to dig out of. Long shot score. It's Vitale.
Back to Vandergrift, now Pereiras. Pereiras trying to find space. Shot, go!
Into De Silva. Watch the boards. Off the boards. Shot. Good! Go, 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 go! And the sidekicks bench is going absolutely bonkers. 50 seconds to go.
And that is going to wrap it up for this week's show. We are all out of time, but just a reminder, your go-to for all the latest MASL news, statistics, great feature stories as well. For all of that, head to the league's different social media outlets. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week.